Every year, like clockwork, a new iPhone comes out that's a little better, a little faster, a little stronger than the last one. And as we know, Apple is the master of messaging, so they give an incredible onstage presentation with unreal video production. They paint the simplest, prettiest picture of how this is the greatest iPhone they've ever made.
The most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made.
But they also do something else, very important. Standard practice, but they give the phone to reviewers. And they don't have to do this, but they do, and everyone involved will have essentially some date that they are first allowed to talk about their experience with this new phone. Now, I've been a reviewer for years. We're professionals. Our job is to take that week and do all of our testing and take all of our findings and find all the things we like and all the things we don't like and all of the new features and test all of the new claims and distill them all down into one piece. And that is a review. And if you time it all right, you can publish that review right when the contract we signed says we're allowed to. You might have heard of this. It's called an embargo. So that's what you're seeing when you see all this first wave of reviews and impressions videos about a product drop at the same time. The thing is, every single one of these reviews is fundamentally a balancing act because there's limited time. There is no possible way to meaningfully test every single new thing about every incredible new phone that comes out. And even if you do, how much time does that leave for writing down all these tests and then analyzing the results of these tests? And that doesn't even leave time for the production of shooting the video, of editing the video, the color correction, the music, all the creative choices you want to make. There's just too much. Being a video reviewer on YouTube today is like 9 different jobs in one. So, how do you decide what gets included in that review? And how much has to hit the cutting room floor? So every review has its own style. Some reviews you'll see are 5 minutes long, super dense. Some might be 10 minutes long. Even my own videos, reviews over the years have gotten somewhere in the 15 to 20 minute range, but that's in an effort to give you as much information as possible in as short a time as possible. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time. And don't forget, on YouTube, we also have audience metrics and retention to think about. It's a balancing act. So a review is basically the art of compressing and distilling as much useful information as possible into one piece. But because it's an art, everyone's gonna cut different things from different places and make different pieces.
It doesn't actually work like that. So how does it actually work? Well, I think it's important to firstly understand that not everything we feature on our channels actually gets sent to us. This iPhone 10 here, I had to actually go out and buy with my hard-earned cash for £1,000, and that is purely for coverage here on the channel. Oh, so you must be really rich then. No, not really. YouTube is my full-time job, it's my business, and in order to expand and make my business work, I need to invest into it. Do you go over to a taxi driver and say, "Hey, Mr. Taxi Driver man or woman, you must be really rich because you own a taxi"? No, of course you don't, because that taxi driver is working really hard, has maybe bought a taxi, or maybe renting or leasing this taxi in order to be able to do their job and provide for their family. The second thing to understand is that not everything that's sent to us is actually to keep. The vast majority of the time, a lot of the items that are sent to us do have to be sent back after we've done our video coverage. Now, yes, occasionally content creators will get products sent to them to keep, whether that's part of a sponsorship or whether that's just for them to check out the product. So why is that? Have companies gone absolutely crazy that they're just handing stuff out free to people? No, there's a simple answer to this, and that is marketing. Brands want to advertise their products to as many people as possible, and it's 2018. If they're gonna spend thousands of pounds or dollars on a billboard, chances are a lot of people are just gonna walk past it because these days people are always looking down at their phones. So the best way for brands to reach audiences is through content creators and influencers, whatever you want to call them. I don't really like the term influencer, but whatever. So brands send products to content creators in the hope that they'll like the product and hopefully say good things about it. Sometimes this can be a bit of a gamble because content creators can also say bad things about the product. But generally speaking, if a brand is confident with their product, they know that the majority of the feedback is going to be positive. Hopefully this content creator is going to share a review with their audiences. That's going to help reach so many more eyes and in turn increase brand awareness and essentially sell more products. So how can you become a content creator and get brands to send you free stuff? Well, the answer is pretty simple. You need to build a big enough audience and a large portfolio of quality work. Sounds easy, doesn't it? But it's really not. It takes years and years to actually get good at what you do and build an audience. I've been making YouTube videos for over 6 years. Even before that, I was posting little videos and clips and sketches just because it was something that I was really passionate about. And I didn't really work with any brands until I was on like maybe 200,000-300,000 subscribers. Things are not as hard these days because brands do appreciate content creators more. So of course it requires a lot of hard work and it's not easy, but nothing worth having in life is.
Nothing in this world that's worth having comes easy.
I get so many people asking me, hey Saif, I want to start a YouTube channel. How do I get companies to send me products to review? And this, in my opinion, is a very, very bad question. It's the completely wrong question to ask. You need to prove your worth before anything else. Imagine trying to go for a very well-paid job with no experience whatsoever, no skills to show for yourself, no portfolio of work, no qualifications. You're not really gonna get anywhere.
Yo, this place is sick, bruv.
Hi, yes, please do take a seat. Well, thank you for your application as a senior systems developer. I've been having a look through your application and you seem to have quite a bit of experience. I can see here Apple, Google, Microsoft, NASA, Tesla. Can you tell us a bit more about your roles in these places?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna be straight up with you, Mr. Interviewer Man.
It's Saif.
Yeah, safe, yeah. Basically, I plugged it on the application and I just need some dough, man. Oh, come on, bro. Sort me out.
Security. So yes, right now it's all sounding a little bit impossible, but let me give you some real tips if you are actually willing to put in the work and you are very passionate about doing this as a career. The first thing is to use things that you already have or maybe borrow items. The majority of products that I reviewed earlier on here on the channel were actually things that either I owned already or things that I actually didn't own and I borrowed of family and friends. And thankfully, my family and friends actually trust me enough to let me borrow something that they own for maybe a week or so, and in return I'd maybe buy them some accessories or something. The second tip is to maybe buy things that are used or maybe even rent things. This way you'll be making a much smaller investment up front. And the third and final tip, and I think this is probably the most important, is to start small. If you're gonna straight away wanna go for the big dogs like the iPhone 10 and the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, then those are very, very expensive devices. Maybe start on something that's smaller. There's lots of products on Amazon which are around 10 to 20 pounds or dollars. You can pick up some headphones, maybe some cases, maybe some accessories or something. And a lot of people are very interested in these things, and a lot of these products don't actually get covered by a lot of larger YouTubers because they're too busy concentrating on the more popular, more mainstream products which have a lot of competition. And once you've produced lots of videos and improved your skills, found your voice, and are producing quality content, you should hopefully start building an audience, and then you can start approaching brands who are going to take you seriously. And if you're actually really good at what you do, then brands will approach you. Now, side note, it is very important to remain honest in your videos. Don't just say good things about a product because you hope to work with that brand.